If you didn't, once again, you missed out on the fun. Sorry, folks. But hey, it is minute to win it time. And hey, folks, I wanted to remind you, SuperCon is coming on up October 1st through the 3rd. So if you're in Sioux Falls, if you're anywhere around South Dakota or the Midwest, make sure you make it to your favorite Comic Con, SuperCon. I'm really stoked, man.
Dude, yeah, I think it's going to be a really good show, and I've been talking about it at the shop with customers, and there's a lot of excitement about it. So I think it'll be a really good thing just to kind of stretch the legs, get your nerd shopping on, get to see people take pictures with cosplayers. So I think it'll be really cool. So,
dude, hell yeah. I am super stoked. Yep, I'll be in the video game room, so come check me out. You know, play a little Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 or play on a new Xbox, Xbox Series X or a PS5. So they're hard to get your hands on, people, but you can come to SuperCon and you can play them.
Yes.
It's going to be fun. Yeah, but other than that, I'd say that minute to win it's up, John. I say you start this sucker up.
Start it. Man. All right, we are all shared out as well. So without further ado, the best drum roll that I can muster on my glass desk here. Hey everybody, it's a comic book look. It's your boy John on Demand with a brand new AKA tonight, AKA the Midwest bearded Chun-Li with these buns in my hair. And of course, you guys joined by co-CEO. There can only be one, Tom Devine. Which, speaking of which, I saw on... It was one of the streaming services, the Highlander movies. One of them reads H-I-G Lander. Higlander. Like, it's a blatant typo. And I was like,
dude.
What? I don't know if it's like Hulu or something. I don't remember. But I was just cracking up. I'm sure they fixed it by now. But
Higlander.
Yeah.
My nickname's straight the Highlander.
That's right. We are a comic book look, you guys, proudly sponsored by Rainbow Comics, and we're going to be talking about some 922 pickups and all the goodness surrounding what it means to be a nerd in this day and age. Before we get started with the books, I just wanted to lift up my Cautious Nerd shirt, which is the Roger with the what if stuff going on. But I heard that South Dakota and What If are not getting along in this week's episode. Have you heard anything about that?
No, I didn't hear this at all.
Yeah.
I'm out of this Marvel loop. Let me know the deets, bud.
So I heard from a few different people that the latest episode, which aired today on Disney Plus, throws South Dakota under the bus as a state. And I was just like, I was talking to a customer like, we're out here repping for you, Marvel. Like, I'm wearing the t-shirt. You're gonna do me like that? Come on. So we'll see what that looks like, and I'm sure maybe we pissed off one of the What If creators at some point with one of our episodes, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, John. I know that you are a big Marvel guy, but since the tenure of this show, I've said some pretty, I don't know, not exactly nice things about Marvel and their practices and raising prices nonstop, restarting books that are just fine to keep on going and never keeping the page number and trying to really screw over the normal comic book reader at every section. So yeah, this sounds like classic Marvel.
Well, speaking of Marvel, Bill is zooming in here. 922 pickup sounds like a late 80s direct-to-video release.
Yes.
Fair. Followed by DC doesn't hate the Dakotas. Well, I don't know. I don't know that we get a lot of love from DC either, but you would know because you have 51%.
And we're talking the new 51 right here. Trust me.
Okay.
You said it. That means it's official canon. DC canon. You like South Dakota.
Derek weighing in here. Personally, What If has been a disappointment. So there you go.
Dropping those bombs. Hell yeah, Derek. Man, let's keep on.
You know what's interesting about that is, personally for me, I like them just because I read the comics, and it's exciting to see a medium of it on TV. I feel the same way about like the Runaway show, Cloak and Dagger. Were they blowing your mind awesome? No, but it's just it's so cool to get to see them, on the screen. So that's where I'm coming from when I express my appreciation for it. Now, would it have been better with maybe featuring some other teams that maybe weren't just strictly MCU? Absolutely. I mean, Alpha Flight, duh. Dark Avengers, obviously. I haven't watched today's episode yet. I'm going to be doing that right after this episode, so we'll see how it goes.
They get any Thunderbolts in there at all?
Not yet.
No, it's
I
good stuff,
wish.
dude.
Bill flexing here. I just made that canon. I have the power.
See, told you. I mean, yeah, that's for sure.
All right.
I second that.
Yes. All right. Well, I am definitely excited to talk about some books tonight. One more comment from Mr. Bill here. I would love if What If wasn't restricted to the cinematic universe. I completely agree. I think that there's opportunity to bring in maybe some of the other X teams or some of the other groups or individuals out there in general and lay it as brickwork for if you want to do a movie down the road, make that What If episode matter. Kind of like what we did with Iron Man 3 and Shang-Chi with the Mandarin, fix all the problems. So I don't know. I think that there's a lot of opportunity for that. But no, I would agree. So cool. Well, we got books to talk about tonight. Oh man, I can't get over these.
God, man, that hair is so sick, John, dude. You brought it to level 11, man. Nice work, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
We got some comics to talk about tonight, and I treated myself to an early Christmas present.
Ooh, we get another present, man.
We will chop it up. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to. So yeah, new comic book day, guys. I got new comics, of course. Looks like I got 3, 6, 9, just to let you know, John. So we'll start it out with a John Nordstrom recommendation.
Uh-oh.
We got an Action Lab published comic, The Citizen.
Cool.
And so I was able to read a few pages in this, and it seems like here's the premise is this guy is like Free Guy, kind of like that movie. He lives in the video game world. Well, this guy lives in the comic book world. So there's, superheroes all around him. He's getting mugged all the time. He's like, hey, if you're going to mug me, all I have to do is say help, and then somebody will come. Can't we just skip this whole process? And, it's kind of like poking fun at that. So we'll see if it lands good. It started really funny and satirical. So yeah, The Citizen. We'll check it out.
I gotta say too, John Nordstrom recommendations are amazing things. So he let me read Moon Knight special editions 1 through 3. These would have been probably, I'm assuming, from the 80s, just because of the heavy dialogue, just to get to meet the character and get to know him. And today I got asked about Moon Knight by 2 people, and I was able to just recite what I learned because I read them, and so it's kind of nice to get my learn on. And that's one of the cool things about working at a shop and asking those questions as someone who has read it. John's just such a wealth of knowledge, and it's just he's my sensei, so I love it. Love it. Yeah.
He's the comic book professor, man, and you're at comic book college, dude. That's so sick, dude. Oh god,
getting my study on. I better start getting ready with my list of 100 questions for Bill, when I'm out in Baltimore. So Baltimore. Bill, get ready.
Invasion. I wish I was coming, Johnny.
Oh man, it's gonna be so rad. I'm excited. So the first book I got is actually not a new pickup, but it's new to my collection, I think. So I love lenticular covers. I actually have 3 more in my pull box at the shop. This one landed in my stack. So this is what appears to be the Mighty Thor or the Death of Captain Marvel. I can't forget which because it just alternates, but it makes me really happy. So I love me some lenticular. Begging and Boarding Bad Boy, Mark, our friend of the channel, and I have a single called Lenticular, which is amazing. And so I can't get enough. So I had to buy it. So that's my first pickup of the week. Tom, I think we're going to be okay for new books. So
dope. I mean, that's of course the lenticular. I mean, you're so, people can. You don't sway far from what you like, and I appreciate that about you, John. Am I going to buy an old book just because it's a lenticular cover? That's not for me. That is, you know what? Actually, because I would be like, I'm going to give this to John.
Heck yeah. We got a comment that slid in here. Thomas, which I never call him Thomas, I call him Tommy at the shop. You actually ran into him today, too. But yeah, John Nordstrom needs an ego boost about as much as I do, which I don't think either of you really have ego. So that's interesting. That's not my experience with you, Tommy, yes. Or with John. But
yeah. Hey, well, Tommy, I just met you for the first time today. You seem like a great guy. So hey, thanks for watching, bro.
Awesome. All right, you're up.
I got next up Vinyl. This is a real sick and twisted book where they got like some serial killers together, and this serial killer who's kind of the main guy right here, or nope, he's not on the cover, but there's the main kind of character that was kind of holding it together and was good, has Alzheimer's, we found out at the end of the last issue, so I'm really excited to get into this. But basically, if you're reading Red Room from Ed Piskor, just imagine those rooms where they're just mutilating people for Bitcoins. Like, I think all of the characters in this comic could have their own Red Room. So I'm stoked to get back into Vinyl. Really, really brutal, violent, that type of dark comic. And hey, man, I love it.
Dude, I'm going to stay on your good side. I don't know, Tom. Something going on over. I'm just playing. All aboard the X-Men train. This is X-Corp, issue number 5, which comes in the form issue numbers of prescriptions. So that's fun. This is dealing with the business side of Krakoa, dealing with the Krakoan drugs that are out in the legitimate market as well as the black market. It's funny to see Angel and then Monet from Generation X kind of step up and be the business leaders. It's a rad team. I don't even want to call it a team. Jamie Madrox is just getting rocked with his duplicates. There, in one of the earlier issues, like a lab facility exploded, and he was like, "Oh, it's just a bummer that I didn't get to reabsorb my duplicates to get all the information that they had, because that was like a week's worth of data that he lost or something." And I'm just like, that's kind of dark. Like, what about the fact that they got
ice cold? Come on, man.
I don't know, man. But this business edge is starting to turn some of these people into something else. But it's interesting though, just to kind of follow along and see what's going on the business side. I've heard a couple, just at the register, I get feedback about some of these, and Way of X and this one, X-Corp, are two titles that some people struggled with. It was just kind of I don't know if it's for me. I don't know if I'm missing something. And I totally get it. I mean, these are ideas that aren't maybe talked about as much with like business or religion or frame of mind, which is what these two books take on. So it's an interesting take on it. I don't know how long it'll go for, but I'm rocking with it. I'm just curious to see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, John, as you talk about it, that sounds much more interesting to me as a reader than your classic dumb stupid hero books. So yeah, I mean that's cool. And X-Men's always been good at pushing. That's why I love X-Men as well, as much as I've hated on Marvel this episode. I mean, I truly do love X-Men, and I for sure. And I'm sure at some point I will go back and read a lot of this stuff in some binge when I'm like 60 years old, sitting on my rocking chair, and some long weekend, I'm going to just read all the X-Men. So yeah, no, super dope. I'm glad that you're still picking this up. I got 2 books I'm going to just rock it right out, because these are like 2 top books. So it's like, this is the Wednesday comic book that they got me into it. Now I'm full bore into it. This is one of my favorite books. We're talking 1980s Texas cults in a crime fashion, told through our main character, Joe Bob. I love this book so much. So, that Texas blood. Then you got Stillwater. So then this is right up with the level of Autumnal, where it's really, really good. You got this, dark city. John is all caught up on, even caught up on these as well before. But I can't believe I got both of these in the same week. And they both kind of talk about like small rural towns. So that's why I'm going to do them together. This this is that small town that nobody ages in, and nobody can come in and leave. And, it's real weird. It's Stillwater. And then this is, that Texas blood, this small, tiny little town where this crime is happening. I don't know. I thought it was cool that they're coming out, and really excited. I'm going to read them back to back.
That's cool. I love that first trade, man. I'm so glad I got that. And I was just like, yeah, this does remind me a lot of that Texas blood. So that's cool. Well, good old Marvel inflating our expectations with an upcoming event. It's funny. I do the Rainbow Show live, the Rainbow Live show earlier in the day. And I don't know that the expectation is, thou shalt sell the comics, sell them all or anything. And I totally was just ragging on this Death of Doctor Strange. I went with the Scotty Young variant. I thought it was super cute and funny. But we got the Doctor Strange movie coming up. He's going to be coming back. You know what I mean? So why are we doing this? What's going on? Like, if we're gonna hand the mantle to someone else for a while, Shaman from Alpha Flight, that's fine.
That's fine. My God, that would be sick, dude. Why don't they get you on as an editor over at Marvel?
Gosh, let's get with it, Marvel. But I'm excited to try it out, and I do enjoy a little Doctor Strange from time to time, as you can see by this poster right here has his alternate costume where he meets Eternity. So I don't know. Yeah, I'll be curious to see where it goes. But I haven't read it yet, so I can't knock it too much. I was just kind of annoyed, I guess.
Yeah.
Why are we killing him? He's gonna be back in like a month, but whatever.
Yep. No, it's weird. It's almost like it's some sort of gimmick that Marvel's doing to get more money from their fans.
The death of Black Widow. Oh, Black Widow's coming up. Shang-Chi dies.
It's fine.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
There's a big crossover. Shang-Chi and Black Widow together.
Yes.
God.
Oh my gosh. That's brilliant.
Okay. Next up, another book that I've been liking, Bunny Mask. Somehow this book with the dumbest name of all time, Bunny Mask, and this like actual lady wearing a bunny mask is so good. Yeah. Like so next level good. It's about this art world and this artist who's making this this entire exhibition, and someone comes to it and then recognizes it and remembers back to this time where we were at the first issue where people got kidnapped together into this dark cave that then was never found. It's so well done, and it's spooky, and it's eerie, and it's thrilling, and it's suspenseful. I can't say more about this. I'm really loving Bunny Mask.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. Well, one thing I am very excited to get from the DC side of the house here, Batman Secret Files, spinning out from the Fear State event. We got Miracle Molly, kind of a newer character that we're getting to know from the Unsane Collective or whatever her group is. She's been really fun to follow in the Batman story, just quirky, smart, caring to an extent. And so, yeah, I wanted to get it, support the book, support the character, vote with my dollars. So I'll be curious to see how it goes. Initial flip through, art looks a little different. I'm down with it, though, just as long as I get to learn about her. That's all I care about. And it looks like it is an origin story, so.
Dude, hell yeah, man. I've never heard of that person. And, yeah, I mean,
Miracle Molly, baby. Well, speaking of miracles, we just had a surprise cameo in the comments here on YouTube. Our boy Pocahontas stopping in to say hi. One more week till SuperCon, boys. That's right. If you guys aren't checking out Pocahontas on YouTube, definitely check him out. Super great guy, and his videos are so bomb. And if you're curious about anything Godzilla, he's got you covered. He probably has met every single person involved with the Godzilla franchise at this point. Like, he's kind of a big deal. So definitely check him out. He knows everything. Pocahontas, I'm giving you all the praise, all the love. So I would make a Godzilla sound. I got nothing, though. So there you go. There you go. That's amazing. Followed up with new hair, John. No, Pocahontas, I am rocking. I am the Midwest Chun-Li. I got my buns in this evening. And I'm loving it. So, but yes, I have not cut my hair since, God, when was it, Tom? It would have been.
I don't know. I love it, man. It's just keep it going. Don't give in. It's so good.
We're getting there. So this is probably the longest I've ever had it, though, since we've been friends. So.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. And I remember, like, you've had some good, nice emo cuts for a while that were long, but never this long. So It's so cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Catching up to Tom. All right, that was my book. It's your turn.
It's my turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Alien. I thought, Mark, this is a Marvel trickery.
Yeah.
So it was the end of an arc on the last one, and then they had a different Alien book come out that was a #1 called Alien something. So I thought they were pulling a Marvel and restarting the same story and getting it, but it wasn't that. And now I get #7 with the new arc. So, you tricked me. God damn it, Marvel. And do you think Alien needs 2 series? No, it doesn't. Okay. You barely have me buying this book. And if it wasn't that I loved Alien so much, I would not buy this. And does Marvel own the Alien franchise and the Alien Predator franchise now?
So it's a Disney-ish connection because the Alien Queen is now technically a Disney princess.
What? God damn you, John.
Facts.
God, you had me.
It's true though. I've seen millions of comments about that. Like technically, the Alien Queen is a Disney princess now. So,
you're serious?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So how did they own them, dude? I don't know.
I don't know the whole story, but yeah.
Yeah, that sucks, man. If Disney owns Predator and Alien, we're never going to get. Hopefully, it's just Alien. But I mean,
what are you talking about, though? I mean, we're getting our rated R Deadpool, right? It's not a well of sadness and PG-13.
Well, yeah, but it's not. It's not Ridley Scott, doing badass shit and James Cameron.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it could be. Anyway, I love Alien and I love Aliens, and this book is good, and I've been enjoying it.
And the other thing, Tom, about that cover was, and I lifted this up on the Rainbow Show. It was actually the cover was shot just out of town.
Yeah, I was on the shoot. I did this shoot. They called me up. They said, Tom, we know you're one of the best photographers in the world. We understand you're really busy. We understand that. But we'll fly you in. I said, you know what? If I can shoot it here in South Dakota, no problem.
Yeah.
They're going to get harvested pretty soon, so the corn is high. I'll just shoot it here. I actually have a xenomorph friend. I called him up.
Yeah.
Came over. We shot this quick, and it actually turned out really good.
That's fantastic. It's very beautiful, very artistic. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Pocahontas coming in. Oh, our question's doing this weird cutoff thing, but the question is, you all excited to see Venom coming up, which is right on top of SuperCon. So I don't get to see it on time, but I'll probably see it the following week or weekend. I'm going.
Okay, that's that, John. I'm with you, man.
Pocahontas, I love you as a person, and I love Venom and Carnage as characters. The trailer made me think about how Transformers had such high hopes and kind of fell face first. And the trailer, the tones, the colors, everything, it made me feel like I was surrounded by either like high school kids drowning themselves in cologne kind of thing. Like there's something about the music and the delivery of the trailer that just screamed D-bag to me. I don't know why, and I don't know why. So if you're all about it, Pocahontas, kudos to you. I'm going to go see it. I love my symbiotes, and I will definitely eat crow if I am wrong, if it ends up being a good movie. Was the first one groundbreaking? Yeah. It was a Venom movie. It was fun. Ken loves it. Ken swears by it. But for this one, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. I'm definitely excited to see Carnage on the big screen, though, for sure. That's fun. And I hope they have fun with it, and I hope they do a good job. So my first impressions are, I don't know how to feel about it. It's not good. But I'm going to see it just to check it out and vote with my dollars that way. So we'll see. So to answer your question, I don't know that I'm excited, but I am admittedly curious.
For sure. And I guess, we can talk a little bit about Venom here because so first of all, they changed the release date like 55 times.
Right.
And then they would change it again like 2 weeks later and then change it again a few weeks later. It's like, you know what? That was dumb. Like now nobody cares anymore. Secondly, it will be a perfect like B-level movie, like a movie that is shitty. And you're like, this writing is so funny and terrible. And, this doesn't really make any sense at all. But it's like, look at, we get Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson like being badasses and killers. Like that will be cool. Yeah. But like they spent too much money on it. Yeah. not going to be is what people want. I'm going to go see it for sure as well, and I'm going to enjoy it. But I know that I'm going to enjoy it because it's bad, and it's going to be bad, and I'm going to relish in how bad it is, and like that about it, because like Tom Hardy talking to himself and like having the person be like, "I want to eat that lady," it's like it's just so dumb. Yeah. But at the same point, it's like I like dumb movies.
Yeah. Yeah. So. That and Tom Hardy is looking pretty good in those movies too. So I'm here for it. Yeah. We got another comment here from Pokemon. Oh, two. First, I thought Venom was meh. I don't know why our comments keep cutting off. That's annoying. But nothing's going to beat my Shang-Chi. Agreed. Shang-Chi was so much fun. I loved it. Tom, did you see it yet? Did we talk about this?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I saw it. I loved it.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I love the first two acts, definitely.
Yeah. What? You didn't like the final scene? The lions, Tom.
Yeah, I remember we kind of talked about this. Why
didn't you like the final scene, though?
Well, it's just that...
Oh, no.
That it gets too... I don't like Marvel right now.
Yeah.
I'm Marvel fatigue. The first two acts are straight up kung fu.
That's
really
right.
Cool,
that's right.
Hand to hand, kung fu, like, all these cool things and, funny, fun. Then the last act, it just goes full Marvel. It's like the last act of Black Panther, the last act of, Infinity War, the last act of Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the last act. They all are exactly the same. This big, powerful force, this other big, the good persons, they got to battle it out. The good guy wins. The bad guy goes to the side. And it's like, I have fatigue on that format, man. It's like, that enough. I don't need to see it anymore. It's like Marvel, you've done so many movies. You have to start thinking of ways to change the setup. Yeah. And the setup can't be, oh, I got it. We're going to extend it and then we'll make it into two movies. So like the big thing doesn't even happen until the end of the second movie. So then it's like, well, no, you still did the same fucking thing. I don't know. So it's like, that is where I'm at with Shang-Chi, where I guess I've always said Shang-Chi as well. It's Shang-Chi, I got to say it now, Yeah. So I'm super down with Shang-Chi. I can't wait I'm so glad for him and Awkwafina to be into the
It was so great. Oh my gosh.
MCU. It's going to be such a sigh of relief to have, those two in there. Yeah. But yeah, that's the downside is, that third act just becomes Marvel posh mush.
No,
that everybody's seen a billion times.
Disagree. Morris, Lions. That's all we need. Boom. I'm just playing. I'm not though.
No, I know you're not.
Yeah. All right. I forgot which book we're on. My turn.
Yeah, I got 3 left. I don't know how many.
Oh God, left. I got plenty left. All right.
You go then.
I'll do 2. Let's see. We got Gamma Flight issue number 4. We got Doc Samson / Green Sasquatch's body fighting against Scar with a hand on his face. So this series has been so weird, and everyone I talk to at the register is kind of in the same boat of, yeah, we're just along for the ride. And I'm like, right, it's the weirdest thing. I don't know how to feel about it. On top of that, a book that I do know how to feel about, Killer Queens. I got issue number 2. Loved it. Issue 1 was fun, so I'm really excited to see how this one goes. A customer actually asked me when number 1 came out, why aren't you getting this? And I'm like, I don't know. I just totally blew by it, I guess. So I went and scooped one up off the shelf, but it's been selling very well at Rainbow, which is cool. But yeah, Killer Queens from Dark Horse Comics.
Yeah, you'd think I would have that second one. I picked up the first one, but I'm trying to do a little thing where if I haven't read the first one yet, I'm not picking the second one up. And I haven't read that first one yet. So I held it and I was like, you said before you walked in the store that you were going to start to have better habits. Yep. Because I read every single book I bought last week. So it's like, nah, dude, you're just picking and choosing. So I don't know, for whatever reason, the cover of them floating in space just keeps on having me grab something else next to
it. Give it a shot, man.
I know. I need to.
That's awesome.
Eat the Rich. So yeah, this was about, even so it's Eat the Rich, it's about, the first one, it seemed to rich people eating the poor and like the help, like a little, what's the movie from Jordan Peele where they get stuck? I can't remember. God damn it. But anyway, Jordan Peele's big movie. It's kind of like that one, where the black dude goes to like Connecticut or whatever with all the white family, and then it's like, dude, get the hell out of here. This is not good. That's kind of what this is, except it's just with minus, the race tensions that. God damn it, I can't even think of what was the name of that movie? Anyway, do you remember this movie at all? Mm-mm. Jordan Peele, you never watched this? It was the big horror movie. Dang it. If anybody's watching and knows, comment in. Eat the Rich, though. This is like that. It's like there's this big place where all these rich people come, and then this person who is like dating one of these people is going back, and the person wants to is stopping drinking and doesn't want to do all the tendencies that happen around all these other rich people, and then it turns out that they're probably all cannibals and rich people are bad. So that I'm gonna keep reading this and go along with it. I'm loving it.
That's awesome. Let's see what I got here. 1, 2. All right. We'll do a couple more here. From IDW. Star Wars Adventures: Ghost of Vader's Castle.
Get out.
Of what? Oh, the castle.
You ever seen that movie, Get Out?
Oh, Get Out is a movie. Okay. I thought, yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Dang it. Well, anyway, that's why you haven't heard of it. But it's a movie called Get Out. It was really, really famous. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go back.
That was awesome. I was like, oh, am I missing a reference? Anyways, Ghost of Vader's Castle, Star Wars Adventures, series of short stories, Dawn of the Droids. It looks like we got some I don't want to call them zombie droids because that doesn't make sense at all. But it looks like they're out of control.
Yeah, they had zombie programming.
Yeah, R2-D2's on it. He's good to go. Also, I did go ahead and I'm sticking with X-Men Legends. I'm loving that series. This is issue 7. I went with this Bomb Jubilee variant. Love some 90s flair to it. The past few issues were actually focused on the 90s X-Men team. It looks like we got some Jubilee and Wolverine in this one, so that'll be kind of fun. But I love it because they literally say this takes place between these issues. So creators are literally doing their research, hitting the books, expanding on events, or adding additional content, and that's pretty baller. So,
dude, that's super dope.
No,
yeah, man.
So I'm here for it. Here for it.
For sure, bro. All right, next up, John Layman, Chew, everyone's favorite, series at Image. There was a Reddit post last week that was like, hey, what's everyone's favorite Image title that's like a completed full story? And it was hands down, everybody was voting for the original Chew. So if you are one of those people who read Chew as in CHEW, this is the follow-up, Chew, and this is about Tony Chew's sister. Instead of Tony Chew's a cop, well, she is a criminal, and it's great. So definitely get in here. Tony Chew, famously, he can eat anything, and then he knows the history of that thing. So if he eats like a stalk of corn, he knows where the corn was made, who harvested, how it got cooked, all this stuff. If he eats like a dead person, takes a bite of a dead person's finger, he finds out how they died, where they came from, what they were doing. That was like the premise. This one is if she eats the same meal as you, with you, then she can garner all your thoughts, feelings, emotions as you eat. So it's a kind of like a funny way that they're still exploring this food power world. Oh. Yeah, check it out.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. Let's see. What do we got here? More Fear State from DC Comics. Batman issue 113. Love it. Hanging out with Ghostmaker and Miracle Molly will probably likely show up. Harley Quinn's probably in there too. Fear State, such a bomb event. Shout out to Dr. Jonathan Crane. Worship all the evil that he does. But such a cool character. And
what's the event? Lay it on.
The event? Oh, man. So Dr. Jonathan Crane has partnered with, I don't know if it's like some sort of an agency or whatever, where they're building up a team of peacekeepers. So there was this big explosion of fear toxin that killed a lot of people at Arkham Asylum. Like,
gotcha.
Evidently Bane's dead, all this other stuff. And people are like, oh, it's totally Scarecrow. Well, Scarecrow is not in the picture, but he is, but he's not. So he's kind of the behind-the-scenes partner. And in the meantime, this guy is stepping up and working with the new mayor who hates all vigilantes. and saying, hey, I have this solution. I have this guard from Arkham. He was the only survivor. We're going to make him super cybernetically enhanced armor, the works, and he's going to be Peacekeeper 01 or whatever. And he goes up against Batman and totally schools Bruce to an extent.
Wow.
And, yeah, spoiler, Batman's Bruce Wayne. But it's overall, it's a really interesting state of things. I just feel bad for Gotham. Like, when you think about it, when does Gotham get a break?
Never. Yeah, they don't, man.
Never. Detective Comics issue 1000 something. I don't know about you, but that's a lot of months to be in peril. I'd be moving.
Yeah, dude.
If Falls was like that, I'd be like, Rainbow, I got to go to the Lincoln store.
Like, the first time that, like, my city is shut down and, like, a skyscraper falls over, or, like, toxin has killed a bunch of people, or the Joker has poisoned, you know, it's like the whole water supply. It's like, yeah, dude, I move later, you know, that week.
Bill, that's one of my questions. Why do Gotham citizens stay in Gotham? Why is Metropolis still a thing? And Star City, when will they get it together?
I think the real reason is they get into mortgages, and then they get upside down in their mortgage, and then it's like they don't have a choice. It's like they have to bite the bullet of maybe a few $100,000 to move, or they can just keep making their payments, making it work 30 years, you know, fixed interest rate, and you know, and that's probably why the citizens stay.
Why aren't they doing more comics like that?
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Oh man, I got one book left.
Me too.
Yeah.
The Old Guard. We continue to get guest writers. I was late on reading the last one, but I caught up on it this week, and goddamn, it was so good. Jason Aaron, guest writer, so that's like one of my favorite writers, you know, from Thor and everything, Southern Bastards and Scalped. He got to play in this Old Guard world, and it was so awesome. He had these nuns that were like, they kind of got twisted a little bit and looked at things wrong, and then they ended up like one of the people, this is about eternal people that live forever, kind of disappeared from his friends, and then they found that maybe these nuns had stolen them, and then the nuns turned out that they couldn't figure out if he was like the devil or if he was an angel, and so he was like having sex with all of the nuns, and it got completely out of control. So now it's like, even though I'm excited for this issue, it's like, it's not going to be as good as the Jason Aaron story, because in the end, like, we just saw murderous nuns murdering people and then getting murdered, and it was so wild and off the wall. But, you know, we got Greg Rucka is back for this one. So that's why it was like, well, maybe it won't be so bad, because in the end, the very last story is told by the guy who I've been waiting to get back into this world, the person who came up with it, Greg Rucka. So super stoked for this. This is issue 6 out of 6, The Old Guard, Tales Through Time, giving us a bunch of backstories on all our favorite characters.
Yeah, awesome. Well, my last book is a very exciting one for me. One of the events that was going on when I first dove into comic books was actually the Onslaught epidemic from the 90s. And so this is X-Men, the Onslaught Revelation, kind of spinning off from Way of X. Looking forward to seeing what in the heck's going on here with Legion, with Professor X, with Nightcrawler, and with Onslaught. And seeing how that's going to impact Krakoa or the mutants on Mars. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But
so where's Magneto right now?
That's a great question. So we got the trial of Magneto going on because Scarlet Witch is dead. And so I don't know.
Gotcha.
Immediately.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, that was a good week of comics, man.
Oh,
we're gonna crack into them.
Gift, gosh. So we had at Rainbow, we had a new D&D book come in. This is The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. However, I went with the variant that we got, which is kind of sick. So it's pretty sharp looking. And this is literally going under the Christmas tree, but I'm excited just at some extra D&D content and adventure ideas and stuff. So I'm excited, but I just wanted to show that off. And I picked up a nifty villain magnet, DC villain magnet. So we had the Reverse Flash, and I was like, oh, Model citizen, I need this. So
Too evil. So
evil. But very excited about that. You guys, SuperCon is coming up October 1st through the 3rd. Tom and I are both going to be there. And it sounds like we're going to be on the Wednesday Comics live show there. Wednesday Comics podcast live. So that'll be a lot of fun too. I have no idea what we're getting into.
Did you do the last one?
What?
The live show at SuperCon in 2019, was it?
Nope.
We went then. It was Phil Hester.
Yeah.
Was there, and we just got to be on a panel with Phil Hester. Then we played like comic book trivia with John Boylan and Phil Hester and the Wednesday Comics guys. Dude, it was awesome. We're gonna have so much fun, man. I thought you were with that one, so definitely this is gonna be so much fun to have the comic book crew together.
It'd be awesome. But yeah, past that, another important announcement on Disney Plus, there is a Star Wars kind of anime-ish show, Star Wars Visions, which looks really sick. Amanda from Rainbow just sent me a text saying she found the show, so I'm excited to check that out at some point this week too, hopefully. But just something else to grace us with its nerd presence. I'm excited. But yeah, that's about it. Out of me, I got an episode of What If to watch tonight before I go to bed, you guys. So very excited about that. We'll see how they slam South Dakota. We'll figure that out. But I'm still friends with you, Marvel. I love you.
Yeah.
But I'm the only half of the show that loves you. So.
Yeah, because my heart was broken a long time ago by you.
Mine was made new with Dark Avengers. So.
No, don't worry. You breaking up with me has been the best thing ever. I found all the indie artists.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, you guys, we are a comic book look collectively. John on Demand, @ John on Demand on the Twitters, @ Tom Stu Divine on the Twitters, or collectively @ a comic book look. We are proudly sponsored by Rainbow Comics. So if you guys are in the Sioux Falls area, stop by and check us out there at 42nd in Minnesota. And if you're in Lincoln, Nebraska, we got a store there as well to help you out with your comic book needs. Until next time, we will see you guys soon. In a week or less. And maybe we'll do some SuperCon footage. I have no idea what the world looks like there, but we'll figure that out. But I'll shut it down with my traditional end greeting and say, keep it comics for sure, man. Boom.